You'll be shocked by what I'm about to reveal, chosen ones. It is no coincidence that you are currently viewing this video. A significant event in your life is about to occur, which is why you have been led here. God will reveal the truth in a single day, and now is your moment to shine. You can't believe how quickly the complete truth, the truth about who you are, what your mission is, and what your destiny is emerging. God is now making the choice, but you've spent enough time in the waiting room. This is your time. That chapter is ending. The skepticism, the derision, the individuals who didn't believe in you. Now the secret truth will come to light, and it will shock not only you, but also everyone around you. This is a heavenly, transformative change, not only a simple epiphany. God is displaying you and making you more visible to the world. This has to do with divine timing, not chance. All of your hardships, conflicts, and unanswered concerns are about to be addressed in the most surprising yet motivating way. Hold on tight, for this is going to change your life if you're ready to accept it. Right now, God's plan for you is coming to pass. But pay close attention. The gravity of this message will only be felt by those who have been genuinely selected. Before we get started with this transformative message, please pause this video and complete these 3 tasks. Comment with the number 55, hit the like button, and subscribe to assist us achieve 5,000 subscribers. This potent number will call the universe to align with your breakthrough by amplifying the energy of this insight. Let's explore this truth now. After today, your life will never be the same. The truth is coming, and it's coming quickly, so get ready. It's time to discover who you really are after years of wondering, waiting, and feeling ignored. God is going to reveal a truth that will change the very essence of who you are, so you won't have to bear the burden of doubt anymore. This is a heavenly revelation of the purpose you are always destined to walk in, not just any old revelation. You will finally realize your value in a way that is greater than you could have ever dreamed, and what has been concealed in the shadows will suddenly shine in the light. You have experienced alone, hardship, and stillness along the way. You have experienced periods of uncertainty and even rejection, but you have never wavered. Now, the truth that was previously hidden deep inside of you will surface and become indisputable. This is the right time for you to fulfill your calling, because everything is falling into place. You've pondered for a long time whether or not people will ever value you. You've questioned your genuine calling, your destiny, and your purpose. All of those unsolved questions will soon be resolved. You won't question your identity or the reasons for your selection. You will be free to be the person you were always meant to be once the truth is revealed. You've been waiting for this moment. Everything is going to change in a single day. The most amazing thing will happen to break the silence you've been living in. The world will suddenly be able to view what was previously concealed in the peaceful corners of your life. God Himself has predetermined this heavenly moment. The recognition you've long sought will arrive quickly and unexpectedly, and the world will finally know you for who you really are. God has been preparing you for this moment, yet it's easy to feel forgotten when the reality of your role is hidden. Your breakthrough required all of the suffering, hardships, and waiting seasons. Your divine moment of exposure will come one day, not only for you, but also for the world to see the grandeur that has been subtly growing within of you. God always has the ideal time, and He is going to show you things you never would have imagined. You won't have to struggle for acceptance or establish your value anymore. It will be indisputable when the truth is revealed. Your worth and position in this world will no longer be questioned by others. Your calling will be evident, and your value will be obvious. In addition to altering your life, this one day will also cause everyone around you to see things differently. Be ready for everyone to witness the divine unveiling of who you are. This is your moment. Hit subscribe now and step into something greater. Don't miss out. You endured doubt, criticism, and even derision for far too long. The time for validation has come. Despite the fact that many have questioned your every move, questioned your purpose, and attempted to discredit your calling, God is going to tell the world that He has witnessed your tenacity, faith, and unwavering commitment. You will now stand tall, justified in front of everyone who has questioned you, as what was formerly concealed in the shadows will finally come to light. This is God's method of demonstrating that His purposes for your life are unchangeable, not merely a personal triumph. God's move in your life will have the power to silence every doubter. The truth will be revealed to those who ridiculed your faith, your path, and your fate. The goal is to demonstrate that God's timing and purpose are flawless, not to disprove them. Your vindication is a change in the spiritual world, not just a recognition moment. The world is going to learn that you were always selected and destined for greatness because God's hand is at work. Nothing and no one can stop what God has planned. So now is your time to ascend. You've put up with the incredulity, the questions, and the quiet of others around you for years, but God is moving, and nothing can stop Him when He does. The unmistakable sound of divine confirmation will take the place of the solitude that once enveloped your quest. Those who have questioned, chastised, or even mocked you will be forced to acknowledge the reality. This moment, when God's might will be shown through your life, is something He has been preparing you for. Despite the trials, the criticisms, and the rumors, you have remained committed. Every query, every uncertainty, and every untruth that has been said against you will soon be addressed by God. The quiet has ended. Your faith will serve as the very evidence of God's greatness, and what was before disregarded will now be recognized. As God makes Himself known through you, be ready to endure. In addition to silencing the doubters, His divine intervention will raise you to a point where your purpose is obvious. This is the time when your story will be heard, your truth will be seen, and the indisputable power of God at work in your life will leave every skeptic in awe. Heaven had already made up its mind. It is impossible to overlook the heavenly revelation that has been made possible by your faithfulness. You have persevered through all of the difficulties and trials. God has been inspired to reveal the truth about who you are and what you were always destined to do because you persevered when it looked like the world was against you. Every difficult moment, every unsolved question, and every obstacle you encountered were all a part of a divine design, even though your road wasn't simple. God is going to reward you in a way that will make it clear to everyone that you are selected because He has seen your heart and your determination to persevere in the face of adversity. Heaven's choice is obvious. God's hand was compelled to expose your truth because of your faithfulness. The moment has arrived for you to embrace the divine calling that has always been inside of you and step into the light. A new degree of purpose, strength, and possibility arises when you realize that heaven is on your side. Get ready, because your life will change in ways you never could have predicted in just 24 hours. What you've been waiting for will become a reality rather than a far-off dream. You won't recognize your own future because God is going to move in your life so powerfully. Everything will change in a single day, and He has plans for you that will unfold in the most unexpected manner. Once closed doors will open in just 24 hours, you will suddenly have access to opportunities that you previously believed were unattainable. Your value will be indisputable, and those who previously questioned you will view you differently. This is a total change in the course of your life, not just a change in circumstances. God's power transcends time, and He is going to speed up your path. In a single day, what took years to build will be completed. You will witness firsthand how God's hand has been leading you all along as your life is about to be thrown into a future of divine destiny. The folks who have known you the longest and are closest to you will be the most surprised. They may have witnessed your hardships, uncertainties, and vulnerable times for years, but they haven't witnessed the fire that God has stoked within of you. They will all be shocked when the truth comes out. They will have a whole new perspective on you and realize the full extent of your identity. This realization applies to everyone who has ever shared in your path, not just to you. They will be amazed by God's design when they see your genuine identity revealed to your family, friends, and co-workers. They'll see that the silent power they've always perceived in you was divine destiny at work, rather than merely tenacity. Not only will the events in your life alter your viewpoint, but they will also alter how other people perceive you. As your life unfolds in a heavenly way, your closest friends and family will be in awe. They'll be the ones thanking you for the breakthrough that God has planned, and they'll realize that you were always selected. What's taking place in your life is a supernatural revelation of your destiny, not just exposure. God is showing you what He has always intended for you, even though the world may refer to it as exposure. This is about embracing the totality of who you were meant to be, not about getting attention or approval. This occasion will bring to light the divine purpose you possess and pave the way for a destiny that only God can plan. When God reveals you, it's a confirmation of the eternal plan He has for your life. Despite the fact that many people misinterpret the divine process as fame or simple acknowledgement, this is the time when spiritual authority, not human standards, will recognize your genuine potential. The fact that God has selected you for this moment is evidence of His grace and strength. You will realize that it is for God's glory, not your own, as the world starts to perceive your truth. This reveal is a part of a bigger plan that will help you reach your full potential and show others how God is working in your life. It's about what God will do through you and how it will affect people around you, not about you. You might have felt unappreciated for years, as though no one could recognize your value or your purpose. But right now, God is revealing your future to you. Now, what appeared to be a far-off dream will come true. Your life will be elevated, and those who once disregarded you or undervalued your abilities will recognize the purpose God has always had for you. The days of being ignored are over. God never overlooked your potential, even though the world might have. He has been subtly preparing you for this particular moment of elevation in the background. What used to feel like a battle will now serve as the backdrop for your spiritual revelation. God is bringing you up at this precise moment to demonstrate to the world that His intentions for you were always bigger than anybody could have ever dreamed. Keep in mind that your purpose has always been bigger than other people's perceptions throughout this time of ascension. This is about embracing the destiny that God has planned for you, not about proving anyone wrong. God's faithfulness to you will be demonstrated by the elevation you are about to undergo, and it will encourage others to have faith in His perfect timing. Prepare yourself for a discovery that will alter your entire self-perception. Your entire identity will be redefined by what God is going to disclose. There will be a greater clarity than ever before regarding your identity, the reason behind your creation, and your purpose. This is about discovering the depths of your true self and how you are meant to make a difference in the world, not just about picking up new knowledge. You may have been struggling with self-doubt or bewilderment for too long, wondering why you are here on earth and where you fit in. But God is now lifting the curtain. He is helping you discover who you are in a way that is grounded in His eternal truth. The restrictions that other people have put on you will no longer apply to you. Rather, you will enter a new realm of self-assurance and understanding of your identity and purpose. Doors that have been closed for years will be opened by this revelation. It will show you all of your potential, even the skills and abilities you haven't yet completely developed. Your perspective will change as a result of the truth, and you will enter a time of bravery and purpose. Be aware that assuming this new identity is the first step toward the destiny that God has already planned for you. You've been harboring questions for years about your past, your purpose, and the mysteries that have left you uncertain about the future. You've been struggling with these questions, but God is going to provide you with the answers you've been longing for. With the disclosure of the secrets that have been kept from you, a clearer picture of your fate will become apparent. It has not been a pointless wait. God's exquisite timing has been there in every hour you've spent looking for answers. The time of revelation has come, and He has been preparing you to receive the truth. God is going to provide you with the clarity you've been seeking, whether it concerns your family, your calling, or unanswered prayers. You will finally have the answers you've been carrying about for so long, and the burden of uncertainty will be removed. This will be a profound and consoling revelation from God. Knowing that God has always been in charge, even while you are unable to see the wider picture, will calm your heart. You will get a deeper knowledge and be able to boldly follow the road He has laid out for you, thanks to the answers you receive. At some point in life, the scope of God's work becomes too great for words to describe. Your innovation will be self-evident. Nobody will be able to question it, since it will be so obvious and indisputable that it won't need any defense or explanation. God will work in your life in such a way that it will astound everyone who sees it. You might have found it difficult to communicate your goals, calling, or purpose to people in the past, but after you make a breakthrough, you won't need to use words. God's very acts in your life will serve as evidence of His might. Nothing you say will ever be heard over the success, the promotion, and the accolades. This discovery will be a source of hope for others, in addition to being a personal triumph. It will demonstrate to the world that God still performs miracles, hears prayers, and has perfect timing. Your life will serve as a real-life illustration of what occurs when you have faith in God's plan, encouraging others to think that their breakthroughs are possible as well. There have been falsehoods about you, questions about your character, and worries about your destiny throughout your trip, but God is going to use your life to silence all of these things. There won't be any space for skepticism or unfounded charges once the truth is out. The proof that God's truth always triumphs over all lies will be found in your tale. Those who have criticized you, doubted your motives, or attempted to bring you down will see firsthand the indisputable influence of God in your life. God will take care of your defense. You won't have to. He will use your life as evidence to dispel every doubt and lies and demonstrate that his plan for you is unstoppable. Everyone will be reminded that God is in charge at all times by this moment. God will always triumph against the enemy's efforts to thwart your destiny, utilizing your testimony to quiet all doubts and accusations. His truth will endure, and it will be stronger than any resistance you have encountered. Everything will change one day, and that day will be the start of a lifetime of strength and purpose. What God is doing in your life now is not a passing moment. Rather, it is the beginning of something strong and long-lasting. You will walk in the fullness of the purpose you were always destined to fulfill, and the breakthrough that takes place will pave the way for a lifetime of impact. Your path will change in a single day. You will enter a phase where your purpose, impact, and influence will become clear to you. God's power will flow through you in ways you never imagined, and you'll start to notice how His work in your life is having a far-reaching impact. This is only the start of something amazing. It's not the conclusion of your trip. Your life will be characterized by divine purpose and the ability to fulfill all that God has called you to accomplish, rather than by uncertainty or waiting. There will come a time when you will fully embody your calling, and your life will serve as an example of God's incredible grace. This is a coronation, not merely a revelation. God is giving you divine authority, in addition to revealing your truth to the world. The purpose of the moment of exposure is to establish your position in God's kingdom, not just to display who you are. Not only are you being made public, but you are also being crowned and empowered to live out your entire potential. God has a purpose when He reveals you. This is a divine elevation that signifies the start of your reign in the calling that God has put on your life, not a moment of passing recognition. God has given you the authority to carry out the work He has planned for you and to step into your proper place. Prepare yourself to walk in the fullness of the crown that God has given you. In addition to defining who you are, the truth that is emerging will enable you to pursue your greatest potential. Now is the moment for you to shine in all of God's splendor, since you have been chosen and crowned. This is your moment. Hit subscribe now and step into something greater. Don't miss out. You've gone through years of seasons that were perplexing, unsure, and occasionally even overpowering. But you failed to realize that there were unseen forces working to prepare you for this precise moment behind every hardship, trial, and frustrating moment. These were heavenly appointments meant to prepare you for the future, not chance occurrences. The master plan included every obstacle you faced, every tear you shed, and every door that was shut. Your journey was being planned by God in the invisible world. Although they might have seemed like setbacks, they were actually advances in God's plan. Those unseen forces are now prepared to launch you into the future you've been waiting for. The difficulties you encountered were shaping you, fortifying your faith, and honing your virtue. This epiphany and elevation is not an isolated incident. Rather, it is the result of all of your experiences, lessons, and triumphs. Even when you couldn't see it, God was preparing you and knew precisely what you needed. You will enter a season where things will start to make sense as the forces that have been operating behind the scenes are about to disclose their purpose. God's time is always perfect, yet it's easy to get irritated when things don't happen as quickly as we would want. Every waiting period, every door that appeared to be closed, and every delay you have encountered in your life were all necessary components of God's perfect design. He was giving you time to get ready, develop your character, and get everything in line with His will. We are frequently conditioned to believe that things should happen right away in the natural world, but God has a different timetable. Every delay has a purpose, and His plans are always deliberate. In reality, what might have appeared to be a lost chance or a closed door was a chance for you to develop, strengthen your faith, and set yourself up for bigger things in the future. You'll start to realize that the waiting was never in vain when you look back. Every delay was a necessary component of a flawless plan that set you up for a breakthrough that is much bigger than you could have ever dreamed. God's timing involves preparation as much as timing. In order for you to be prepared to enter a season of prosperity, tranquility, and fulfillment, when the door eventually opens, He has been working behind the scenes to get everything just right. People didn't realize that God was subtly preparing you for an elevation so strong and unquestionable that it would astound everyone around you, even though at the time you felt hidden, ignored, or even rejected by those around you. Being in the background was never an indication of insignificance. Rather, it was a period of time spent getting ready for something bigger. The change in your life will quickly astound anyone who previously questioned you or failed to see your value. Your ascent is imminent, and it will be so unexpected and amazing that others will be in amazement. This is your time to ascend, and the elevation you are about to undergo will serve as a testament to God's timing and faithfulness to those around you, not just to you. You won't have to stay in the dark any longer. Not for your own glory, but for His. God is going to bring you out of the shadows and into the spotlight. As you embrace the totality of your purpose, others will be in awe and realize that what has always been hidden within you is meant to shine. You will experience an internal as well as an external metamorphosis. You will walk with renewed self-assurance, a more pronounced sense of purpose, and a steadfast faith in your own value. God's hand has always been on your life, leading you to this particular moment of respect and recognition, as those who may have once undervalued you will now realize. Your life is about to experience a heavenly alignment that will put you on a course for unstoppable success. Angels, heavenly wisdom, spiritual forces, and God's power are all working together to open doors that no man can close. This is a supernatural acceleration of your destiny, rather than merely a normal change. Now all of your prayers, deeds of faith, and seeds are combining to form a perfect storm of breakthroughs and benefits. Things are going your way in the spiritual world. God is arranging events, people, and chances to launch you into a successful season that is unlike any other you have ever known. Now that the forces that have been at work behind the scenes are coming together, nothing can stop you. There is no stopping the momentum of the upcoming breakthroughs, and what once seemed inconceivable is about to become your reality. In addition to achievement, this alignment will deliver a wealth of elegance and favor. Unexpectedly, doors that have been locked for years will unlock. You will be at the right place at the right moment to take advantage of opportunities that you never would have imagined. Now is the moment to confidently enter the success that has been waiting for you, as the spiritual powers are setting you up for greatness. Knowing that God is arranging things to work out for your benefit, welcome this divine alignment with open arms. Nothing can stop what God has started, and this is your time to shine. Prepare yourself for unstoppable success as the forces of spirituality work in your favor. Doubt has held you hostage for so long, God is now releasing the bonds of doubt that have prevented you from realizing your full potential because you have doubted your value, your skills, and your purpose. You are ready to step into the destiny that has always been yours, and now is your moment of emancipation. God's strength is shattering the fear and uncertainty that formerly held you back. You will no longer let uncertainty define who you are.